Okay, so today I'm making a quick video on basing it on when the teacher in the starting event of this intervention, they're going to be doing a quick video briefing the students on the main commands used in SOLIDWORKS at the start. So this is an introductory. So the teacher is going to have the projector on and the students will be mirroring what they are seeing the teacher do. So to start it off, they're going to open up SOLIDWORKS and click New Part. So they're going to be showing a new thing here that's going to say part, assembly, or drawing. So today we're just focusing on a part. We'll click OK. And we're going to now discuss the different tabs available. So we're going to firstly have to make something 2D shape before we can make it 3D, because you can't just skip that phase. So we're going to click the Sketch tab at the top. Now this shows us three different planes here. The reason that there are three planes is because if we wanted to draw a sketch basing it on the top or the bottom of the model that we're making, you would use the top plane. Or if you're drawing something from the side view, you might use the front plane or the right plane. So today we're going to be drawing a cube, so it doesn't really matter, but we're going to choose the front plane. Okay. Now, in order to draw the cube, you must be familiar with all the different, or in order to draw any shape, you must be familiar with all the different commands available in the Sketch tab. So we have a line, we have a rectangle, we have all the main shapes here that we're going to use to draw the shape, okay? So today we're just going to use a corner rectangle command. It doesn't matter what size you draw yet, it can be of any size or shape. And make sure that we always, just for good practice, to start on the origin at the bottom corner and click the green tab. Now click Smart Dimension. So Smart Dimension is used to make sure that these lines are the exact dimension that we want. So we're going to just say 50 millimeters for handles, and we're going to do the exact same on the top. Now, the reason we only need to do two and not all four sides is because we know that they are already set up, because it was a rectangle command, that they are always going to be set up to be the same. So now we have a complete square of four sides of equal length and 90-degree angles. Click the green tick again. Now to make something 3D, we need to go to the Features tab on the top left corner, just beside the sketch one. Okay. Now notice that a lot of these are grayed out. The reason these are grayed out is because they're not available to be used until we already have a 3D shape. Now, to make a 3D shape, we need to go to the one at the very start that says Extrude Boss Base. This just means that we're going to basically be extruding the 2D shape that we made into a 3D figure. Now, looking over on the left-hand side, this gives all the different options for extruding this boss base. Okay, so it gives the direction as shown by this arrow here, and it also gives it a place to change the depth that we want to make this. So if we're looking at a cube, we obviously need to go 50 millimeters again. Click OK. Now there's also the option, as you can see, this the 3D shape that we made at the start, it's the very back of the drawing, okay, or of the 3D shape. So if we wanted that to be in the middle, all we'd have to do is change it from blind to mid plane. Okay, so now you can see this is still a 50 millimeter cube, but now the face that we made is in the middle of the 3D body. We're going to make it just back over to blind for now. And click OK. Now we have a 3D shape. If we wanted to look at this cube in different areas, you just click the space bar, and now notice that another cube of that is chamfered comes up outside it. Right. So now we would, if we wanted to look at it from the backhand side, all you'd have to do is click this face, and it would show that there from that view. That's what this is for. So whatever face is hovering above the face that you want to see, that's the one that you want to click. Or if you wanted to make it 3D, you click one of the chamfered edges, as seen here. That's an isometric view. It always shows what you're going to see in the top right corner. So we're going to click this one for now. So we're looking at it from a side view. And what we want to do now is something that is called extrude cut, as you can see I'm hovering over right now. Now this basically means the counter opposite of what we just done. So instead of extrude boss base, we're going to extrude cut, so we're taking something away. So I'm just going to do a simple circle. Now if you click the circle command, it's not actually going anywhere yet. You can't just draw it, so you have to click where you want to draw it. So I'm going to click this face, and now you can see the little pencil has come up. That means we're able to draw. Now it doesn't matter where we're going to draw it yet, so you can just draw it anywhere. Click the OK button again. Now, there are two ways to make sure that this circle is in the complete center of the square, okay? So we're going to just do the smart dimension version first. Click the center point of the circle and the edge of the square, and we know that this box is 50 millimeters, so we're going to say 25. And do the exact same thing again. Oh, sorry. The exact same thing again, but I clicked here first. So now I'm going to go up to the top one and say 25 again. So now we know that this circle is exactly in the middle of the square. And we're going to also dimension the circle, say diameter, not radius, because it'd be obviously bigger than the circle then, so we're going to say diameter 30. Now, that's one option, but we can also do another method by clicking the little arrow beside the line command and say center line, and go from corner to corner. Oh, right. From corner to corner, delete that one, delete that one. And we would know then where these two center lines crossed is the center of the circle, and also the center point between in the square. So we could draw a circle there if we wanted to. Now, going back to what we were doing firstly, is extrude and cut. So what we want to do now is click the extrude cut command, and we can't see how far we're going in yet. So what I'm going to do now is go back to this orientation, and I'm going to click the isometric one. Now we can see where we're going. So at the minute it says we're going blind 50 millimeters, so we're going at a certain depth. If we wanted to make that shorter, 40, notice how it's not fully going to the very end of the cube. So that's one thing if you're just making depth, okay? If you wanted to go straight through, we can say through all. That means going straight through everything that's in its way. Or we can do up to next, which means it's just going up to the next surface that it hits. So we're going to click that. And now notice that we have a circle going straight through our cube. There are also other options that we can use for 3Ding. Say now the Revolve Boss Base tab, okay? That's very handy if you want to draw a complete sphere. So if I was going to draw a sphere, I would show, right? So I'm going to click circle, and I'm going to click the front plane again. And we'll go here. Now I'll just make this sphere a little bit smaller than our original one, so it's not crossing or nothing. So if I was to revolve a shape, you wouldn't use the full circle, because then you're not revolving. So now I've drawn in a line there, and I'm going to go to the thing called trim entities, okay? So this is basically getting rid of what you want to get rid of, but you're still keeping some of the other elements. So I'm going to get rid of half the circle, as you can see there, okay? Now, go to the Features tab again, and Revolve Boss Base. Now, the axis of revolution is our center line, and it already is connected to the half circle. So click OK, and now you can notice that we have a perfect circle made. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is add an appearance. So all we have to do here is go into appearances, and you can pick anything you want. I'm going to just go pick a color here. I'll pick this metallic gold, and now that has changed that. And that's basically an introduction to the first day of SolidWorks. So we will go through a lot more different things of higher degrees of difficulty in the future, but that should get you started.